Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to Global Master Toy Review. And today's video is the final part 7 video for the Resolute G.I. Joe Battle Set action figure review. And the final figure that we'll be looking at will be the Ninja Commando Snake Eyes. Now I got the figure and the rest of the stuff out from the packaging, so let's take a look at the file card there. Snake Eyes comes with a nice little file card. Top section there stated as Commando, codename Snake Eyes. Here you got a smaller image of the Resolute artwork style of Snake Eyes with the green visor. However, the artwork is very plain looking. It doesn't look very impressive at all. Top section there, file name classified. Primary military specialty, infantry. Secondary military specialty, hand-to-hand combat instructor. Birthplace, classified, grade E5. Now here we have a small little write-up of Snake Eyes. It stated Snake Eyes is a dedicated member of the G.I. Joe team, but he is forced to put a personal issue first when his arch enemy Storm Shadow raises their rivalry to a deadly new level. The G.I. Joe Commando confronts the Cobra Ninja in a duel that originated many years ago when they were friends in a ninja school that taught the 7 Steps to the Sun, a little martial arts sequence. Snake Eyes has never revealed how many of these steps he learned, and the answer to this question will determine who lives and who dies in the final duel. And at the bottom, someone code for him, not him of course, because he's a mute. Snake Eyes cannot speak in words, but he is far from silent and he lets his hands, feet and swords do all the talking for him. At the back is all black. Now Snake Eyes comes with a base stand, and it's a typical 25th anniversary design of a G.I. Joe base stand with a G.I. Joe logo on the top with 2 pegs for the figure to stand on. Nameplate stated as Snake Eyes. Now at the back, 2007 Hasbro made in China. Now Snake Eyes have, well, some of the weapons that is based the same packaging with the Rise of Cobra City Strike Snake Eyes. So we have the pouch here. There's a peg there, which you peg it the back here. A sword sheath, which is all warped thanks to the packaging itself. It's meant to store this weapon, as you can see here, this katana. And there's a peg here to plug it at the back of the belt. Now before I go on with the other stuff, now he still has his normal accessories, the straps and the belt, but they are not removable. Now the really bad thing about this is that the moment I pull out this figure, I noticed that the strap here popped off because the glue residue, there's not enough glue to support the entire section here, so it just popped off. That's kind of disappointing to know. Now it comes from an assault rifle, and this is the same assault rifle with the rest of the figures that, well, packaged with this, except for Roadblock. And this time it's all in, well, black plastic, so I don't need to explain this one. This time we have a new accessory for Snake Eyes here. Very nicely done. This is based on the Resolute animation where he jumped off the plane and used this to glide down to an island. Very nicely done. This entire black piece here, this cloth is an actual cloth. Bottom section here you got a 2 grip-on to grip on the bottom part of the ankles itself. You got 2 handlebars which can be swiveled 360 degrees. There's a peg at the back there to plug it at the back section there, but if you plug this at the back of this figure, you cannot plug in the pouch. Now there's a G.I. Joe logo at the back here, nicely done. Very little paint job involved, but still a nice accessory. There's a button at the back here, so the moment you press it, you flip the entire thing apart like so. Very nicely done actually, and Snake Eyes can wear this with no problem actually, as you can see. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. Now the figure's paint job is slightly different compared to the City Strike Snake Eyes from the Rise of Cobra line. As you can see, this is the Rise of Cobra City Strike Snake Eyes, the single carded version, and this is the 7-pack, as you can see here. So they used a lighter gray paint job for this figure, and the pants here is no longer black, it's, well, lighter gray. The visor is painted in green, because it showed in the animation where he turned on his visor and it turned green for like a few seconds there. Other than that, there's not much of a huge significant change with the colors. What's darker gray from the previous figure is now turned to lighter gray, and what's black turned to, well, a lighter gray, and the rest of the stuff, the rest of the paint job still remain the same, like the lower shins there, and the face mask as well. So does the back portion here as well, the same kind of paint job. Nothing new here. Now let's take a look at the figure sculpt. The sculpt is, of course, the same figure. This is exactly the same figure. There's no change at all. Absolutely no change at all. So to those who never got a chance to get the single carded Rise of Cobra City Strike Snake Eyes, you get a chance to get this figure instead. Of course, this is a 7-pack, so you have to be careful because not all the figures are, or at least in one condition, especially on this part here where it broke off the strap due to the, well, the glue being not strong enough. So it has the same sculpt. The sculpt of the face mask is very nicely done. I really love this. The arms and the torso and the waist share the same sculpt as Sergeant Stalker, who shared the same sculpt as the original figure that released in a single carded form. And the legs very nicely done with the knee pads and the pouches and the wrinkles. But a lot of the body's paint job is not being applied to. A lot of the gray is not painted, like the torso, waist, the entire arm, the thighs, the lower shin, the boots, the upper boots here is not painted, and the top part of the head is not painted at all. So they only apply on some parts, like the forehands here, the shoulder pads, the knee pads, the upper shin, front part of the boots, side portion of the face itself, very nicely done, and the back portion of the head, and of course the obvious one, the visor. Now let's take a look at the figure's, well, articulation. The head can pivot up and down a little bit and turn 360 degrees. Torso here can go forward, back a little bit, and turn 360 degrees with no hindrance at all. Shoulders here can turn 360 degrees and lift the arms this far. Elbow joint here can bend this far and turn 360 degrees, or bend backwards if you want to. Wrist joint can turn 360 degrees. Hip joint is very loose, as you can see here, very loose. Goes forward, back a little bit, and to the side. As you can see, it's very loose. Knee joint here is double jointed, that bend this far, and ankle joint here that bend down a little bit, up a little bit, and turn 360 degrees. Now overall the figure is alright. It's just that he has really loose joints and some parts are damaged. And the accessories is, well, this is very nice. I really like this accessory. It's a very nice addition to have if you want to, well, collect that kind of accessory. Now overall, if I want to give a rating of this figure, now to those who never actually owned the single carded Rise of Cobra City Strike Snake Eyes and wanted to get one, then the 7-pack is meant for you because you have a chance to get this figure. And this figure is absolutely gorgeous with the sculpt and everything else. Problem is, this is a 7-pack and it tends to have some problems, maybe loose joints, maybe some damaged parts. So that's the kind of risk that you have to take. The single carded don't have that kind of issue because this is a 7-pack, and quality control issues is often, well, look one side away, if you know what I mean. So the figure looks great, but since I already have a single carded version, this figure is nothing that special except having this new accessory. So for my opinion, from my side, for this figure I would just give it a nice 7 out of 10. A nice 7 out of 10. But to those who never owned this figure and really wanted to get one, I would suggest you would rather go straight and get the single carded version, because the single carded version is really nice, unless you really want this accessory here, which is, I don't think it's really worth it to get the 7-pack just to get this Snake Eyes with the backpack here. Single carded version is way more better. So yes, 7 out of 10 for the Snake Eyes figure, the Resolute Snake Eyes. I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.